Alright everyone, thank you for coming back to my channel. I know I've been away for a while, but things have been very crazy for me. As you may notice behind me, take a look. You see anything? Everything in this room is cleared out. I've packed everything. We are moving for sure 100%. Alright, just so you know, this is not a ham radio video. This is a video, an update about me and my life and what's going on. Okay? About 3 weeks ago, I was laid off from my job. All right. I had been here about a year and a half at this place. Very pretty good company, you know, every day, go in, go in. One day they say, go downstairs, and there were like 50 people down there. All of them I knew. They were like, get out. It was kind of like that. I'm not complaining. I do not want well wishes. I don't want any sympathy. I'm not asking for that, but it was just funny how they did that. But so I got 9 weeks of severance pay, which is very good. They just give you one lump sum and there's a bunch of money all of a sudden. So I am actually very happy. Right before that, I was planning on the move. I've been telling you about this move for a long time, okay? And again, look back there. If you can see around, there's no books. I had hundreds of books. I've either donated or I packed them or sold them or done whatever I could do to get as lean and mean as I can. So there's so much going on. So literally like 2 weeks before I was laid off, I had started looking. We were going to move, okay? We were going to move anyway. We had decided 100% on moving. If you remember, if you've been following me and my channel, just so you know, this is not a ham radio video. This is a video about me and my life and what's going on. We took a drive from St. Charles, Missouri, where I live, down to Edmond and Norman, and we went all the way down to Dallas, and we were even looking at Austin down here, right? Okay, so when we took that trip, we were not impressed with Dallas. Dallas is way too big. It had changed so much. It is crazy big now. It's like New York of the Midwest, okay? We looked at Austin also. There's a lot of IT and tech jobs there, right? But the problem is the infrastructure has not grown up as fast as the people moving there. Thousands and thousands and thousands of people are moving from California to Dallas and Austin. They're just flooding the state. And so on our way there, we looked at and picked Edmond, Oklahoma. And if you look at my videos, you will see that trip there. I made a tornado video there where there was a tornado while we were there. And it kind of went viral, and it has 80,000 views right now. It's crazy. I'll put a link in the description or whatever. But we settled on the Oklahoma City area because exactly why. You think, what's in Oklahoma City? Exactly why. That's right. What's there? Well, there's a lot of government jobs. There's a lot of FAA jobs, IT jobs. There's a lot of payment system jobs. And when we went to Edmond, Oklahoma, we loved it. We started looking at homes there. The homes that you can get for $250,000 to $350,000 are amazing. So we started looking at these homes and we were like, oh my God, you can get a full acre yard with 4 bedrooms for $300,000-ish, which is what we paid for this house here, and we got quarter of an acre, less than quarter of an acre. All right, so my goal is to get that perfect house, the one with a decent sized yard, the one where I can build a big shed and have a ham shack. This is my goal. This is my dream. This is what we want to do. We're going to live somewhere up here north of Edmond, Oklahoma, right? Where there is so much space out there. You would not believe it. This is my secret. This is my hidden secret. You ask everyone, are you moving to Oklahoma City? They'll say, what the heck is that? Exactly. That's why we're going there. Because it's kind of like a hidden secret. It's both city and it's country at the same time. You get everything, the best of both worlds. So anyway, my goal is to build the best ham shack in YouTube studio, my dream studio, my dream ham shack, maybe even put up a 50-foot tower. That's my dream. That's what I'm doing. That's why we're going there, okay? So the other benefits are, the reason we're going there, it is a 7.5-hour drive, okay? And it's across a state boundary. I'm going to tell you why that's significant here in a minute. Okay, so right now, I was let go. I've got severance pay. I've got unemployment pay. We are very okay right now, We are very fine. In fact, this probably couldn't have had it happen at a better time because we were going to move anyway, right? All right, so guess what? My mom lives here in Miami, Oklahoma. And this is actually half the distance. If you took this from here to Lebanon, that's half the distance. This is a quarter, this is a quarter, this is a quarter, and this is a quarter. It's half the distance from St. Louis to Miami, Oklahoma, where my mom lives. So it's 2.5 hours to there. It's about 5 hours from Miami to St. Louis. This is a big deal because the logistics of a move, of a 4-bedroom house with lots of furniture, is a lot easier to move from here with a stopover in between to Oklahoma City than it is to a Dallas or a Phoenix or something like that. We actually looked at Phoenix. Look how far that is. Think about moving all your stuff that far. From St. Charles to Phoenix, we looked at, if I had my way, I'd probably move to like a Flagstaff, Arizona or something. I don't want to get over in this area in the southeast because it's very humid. Very, very, very humid. The further west you go, the drier it is. So logistically, we are looking at this area as less humid and significantly warmer than, and let me tell you what happened today. I looked at the weather. I used to live in Chicago. My brother still lives there. It was 41 degrees where I used to live. It was 75 degrees in St. Charles, and it was 91 degrees in Edmond, Oklahoma. Now, granted, that's pretty hot. It's pretty warm, but I grew up where it was warmer, and I appreciate the warm weather more so than the cold. I cannot stand the cold weather, and I cannot stand the humidity at the same time. I've done the climate change. Not climate change. I've done the climate research between the two cities, and it's significantly better in Oklahoma City than it is where we are. It's not my ideal first choice place, not by a long shot. I probably live Santa Fe or something like that. But given what we want to do, we also want to send our kids to Norman, Oklahoma University. We want to send them there. Edmond's beautiful. Oklahoma City's got the best of both worlds. It's kind of smallish town. It's big. Anyway, that's where we're going. I'm going to shut up about that. All right. So logistically, how do you move a 4-bedroom house with, I literally had like 400 or 500 books behind me, and I got rid of so much stuff. How do you move that stuff to 7.5 hours away, plus getting a job and transferring all that to kids? All right, so the coronavirus. Sorry it took me so long to get to this spot, but let me tell you the update where we are with that. So my feeling about the coronavirus is, yes, it is super, super dangerous. Once I found out that it was so easy to catch and that it exists on surfaces for a long time, I used to think of getting the flu is like if you touch something, then you eat something and you put it in your mouth, you would get the flu, right? If somebody else touched this, they had the flu, they were coughing, they sneezed on it, then you touch something. But according to what we know right now, this freaking virus, if somebody touches this, it will stay on this plastic for like 10, 20 days, right? It'll just live forever. And so that didn't freak me out as much as once I found out that people were having trouble breathing and like gasping for air, like it hits your respiratory system. Once I found that out, I'm like, oh crap, I don't want to get this. I really don't want to get this. Or my wife get it, or my kid get it, have them wheezing for air, then going to the hospital and being in this hospital and there's a hallway and there's like a dozen other people trying to get service and you end up dying in a hospital. So my whole fear with that is as we know, I'm not afraid of this thing. I wash my hands, I take care of myself. We are very careful. When I get a package, I wasn't even going to restaurants and stuff. I went and stocked up before this even hit. The first day that the stock market crashed like 1,000 points, I immediately sold my stocks. I took my 401k and I switched it out for stocks or mutual fund, and I put it right into bonds immediately. I just knew this virus is not going to just go away. So I shifted our money over and I didn't lose a bunch of money that way. So my point is, I'm not terrified of this thing, but I am also I do not want to get it. So we're being very, very careful. And even when we get mail in the house, I will open it outside. I'll bring the item inside, and I won't even touch the box. I'll wash my hands. We are doing everything really as much as we can to avoid this thing until there's like until the hospitals and all that are not overwhelmed. All right, so I was also afraid of interstate. See, I have to travel from Missouri to Oklahoma. I was afraid that there would be a travel ban between states. So I was a little afraid of taking all of my stuff to Oklahoma and putting it in storage, putting a big chunk in storage, and then all of a sudden they travel ban, you can't go get your stuff, right? So I'm a little afraid of that. But it looks like Trump is not going to do that. He's not going to shut the interstates down, which I really applaud him for that. I do not believe in travel restrictions unless there's just a huge epidemic in one area. Then you don't want people just running around, right? All right, so I digress. So what we're doing, my wife is working from home. I do not have a job right now. I'm applying for jobs in Oklahoma City. I've got lots of things on the line right now. I'm interviewing over the phone. All the jobs right now, the IT jobs, they are very much like, no, do not come in. We're going to work from home, which is interesting. For the first time ever, it's like, please work from home. Please work from home. It's really cool. So right now, I'm interviewing for jobs in Oklahoma City, and we are transitioning. We're really trying to move. I've got 80% of our stuff back here packed. Okay, and that leads me to the ham radio stuff. I've got almost everything in my ham radio in boxes out in the garage, ready to go and be shipped and put in storage. So my ham radio career right now is like this. I've got one radio that I can use when the weather gets good and make a video. And I've got my camera back there. Got a couple cameras. Okay, so meanwhile, while this thing is going on, my wife is working. I've got 2 kids. I've been playing with them. Honestly, when I look at this coronavirus crap, I'm always looking for opportunity, okay? I'm looking at this as a good thing. I've been spending lots of time with my 2 daughters, my 4-year-old especially. I'm out in the backyard all day long with her, as long as it's not raining and stuff. We have been playing and playing and playing and making up games, and we've got our whole thing going on in our house.
No, push higher, because I love that.
Yeah, but it's a little too high and you could fall.
I wouldn't, when Daddy says, I'm going really high, and he says, I got to cross my leg, I'm going to do it. I do it, everyone says.
It's actually been kind of good, to be honest with you. We all need to really be at home more, I think, talking and being with family. Granted, this is not the way you want to do it. It's a little bit too much, but I've enjoyed my time with my daughters and my wife more so, and I'm actually kind of glad. This actually kind of worked out for us because I was out of work anyway. Hopefully, we're going to get a government check that's going to help us move. I don't know what's going to happen with the housing markets because we got to sell and buy a house, and I've got to move 7.5 hours away. I'm really excited about the move. I'm gonna build a ham shack. I just wanted to share an update with you. Also, what I've been doing is, for fun, I have been very much studying severe weather and storm chasing and storm tracking and radar. And I will tell you right now, there's this GR Level 3 radar tool, and I'm going to make a video on this. It is the best tool I've ever seen in my life for radar. Right now, there's not much going on, but this thing is so cool. Over here, it has a warnings window. If there's a tornado warning or tornado watch or anything in the country, it'll tell you where it is. You double click on it, it'll go straight to it. We have severe storms coming in this morning at 1 a.m. and I might even wake up. And I'm going to make a video on this entire software because it's so cool. I've been spending my time learning about severe weather, becoming a member of the Spotter Network. I'm excited to move to Oklahoma City because I will be nearby severe storms. Our house is going to have a tornado shelter, and this is what I've been doing. Please understand what's going on. Let me know in the comments what you've been doing. I've been in this house about 95% of the time. I hardly ever go out. I bought a whole bunch of groceries. We just eat out of the grocery store. I was doing that immediately. As soon as I knew that there was this crazy virus going around, I'm like, no, I'm not going to go eat at a restaurant or something. I do not want to get this, at least for another 3 or 4 months until the hospitals can understand what to do with this. That's why I want to avoid it. All right, guys, thank you. Take care out there.